Hello and welcome to my April Paycheck 1 budget update. Since I made my April budget, we've had a few updates. So I'm going to go through the paychecks that we've received so far this month and all of the expenses that we've had. Let's just get right into the budget. So first of all, my paycheck is still catching up from when I was overpaid on that first paycheck in March. If you're new here, I've been on mostly unpaid maternity leave since the beginning of the year. But for my first paycheck in March, I forgot to fill out my timesheet, and so I was paid for a full 80 hours of work. However, I was only supposed to be paid for 24 hours. And so my paychecks since then, they've been recouping those extra days, and this first paycheck in April is no different. But after this one, I think I'm only 16 hours ahead, so they're only going to be taking 16 hours out of my paycheck on the next paycheck, hopefully. And then I'll be all caught up and my paychecks will make a lot more sense and be much easier to budget for. So for this first paycheck in April, my take-home pay was only $256.22. And my husband's paycheck, so because our expenses are a little bit more tight right now, we have actually made the decision to reduce our retirement contributions to just the employer's match. So previously, my husband was contributing about 15% of his paycheck towards retirement. However, now he will only be contributing 3%, which will increase his take-home pay amount, although it also is increasing the amount that he's being taxed. So it's not as significant of an increase in pay as you may expect, going from 15% to 3% in contributions. However, it was much larger than we had originally budgeted for when we didn't take that into consideration. So his first paycheck was $2,179.66. And this is, again, 80% of his take-home pay, which hits our joint account. We haven't received any interest so far this month, so I'm going to leave that blank. It seems I didn't fill this out last time. We weren't expecting any rewards, refunds, or other, although I'm hoping that we get our state income tax return this month. I haven't redeemed any credit card rewards, although I'm very close to the $25 minimum, so I will probably be redeeming that hopefully this month, which will help us out for our income. So the debts that we've paid so far this month are our mortgage for $2,705.45. We've also made one car payment. We pay this every other week. And this month we have 3 car payments. The first came out on the 1st of April. Since there's 5 Mondays in April, and it came out on the first Monday, it's going to come out on the 3rd and the 5th as well. So we will have made 3 car payments this month. My husband's student loans also came out earlier this month, and that was $382. And then for my retirement loan, that comes out of my paycheck, and that was $236.22 this time. And it'll come out again with my next paycheck. So for our fixed expenses, the ones that have come out so far are our car insurance. And with this one, we actually got a discount. So I mentioned in my March update, I believe, that when I updated our home characteristics for our home insurance with the new roof, then we received a discount for that, and they discounted our car insurance as well, since we have them both in the same place. So the car insurance for this month was just $89, and I believe we have a discount next month as well. Our internet came out at $29.99 as always, and Acorns came out I think that was for the March subscription. If you're interested in signing up for Acorns, I have a link in my description where you can get $5, and I will also get $5 towards my retirement account, and that would be really helpful. Another fixed expense that we have coming up that I mentioned in my March update that I didn't know about during my April budget was that my daughter will be starting daycare, and I'm going to include that in the fixed expenses. So I'm going to go over to the budget sheet over here and add daycare in. So for April, it looks like this amount is going to be $560. However, I don't know that we're going to be able to pay for it out of just the income that comes in. So I think for April, I may have to be paying for daycare from the baby sinking fund, since we have some money in there. So when I add daycare to our fixed expenses, the rest of our budget goes negative. So I think I'm going to remove our Roth contribution, at least for now, and let's see, $60 more. We'll take that out of our home budget. We'll update that to $140. For savings, I have my FSA contributions, which come out of my paycheck as well. So that was $20 that came out. We have not contributed to my husband's Roth IRA yet, and we're not sure if we are going to keep contributing to the Roth this year. It just depends on if we can make our budget work with the reduced retirement contributions through our employers. If we take home enough to save for our new roof, then we can continue contributing to the Roth. However, if we still need to make additional cuts, then we will probably cut our contributions to the Roth. For Acorns, my after-tax brokerage account, I just contributed the $5 recurring monthly contribution, and I have not had any roundup so far this month. So we have not been able to save towards anything else so far this month. As you can see, our income is actually currently less than the expenses that we've paid so far. But we do have quite a bit in our sinking funds, so our accounts aren't negative. And hopefully by the end of the month, even with paying for utilities and daycare, we should hopefully not be negative anymore. So I'm not going to put any money into our sinking funds because we don't actually have any money to put in there. However, I will let you know what we've spent out of our sinking funds, and it hasn't been too much. We did some grocery shopping for $187.20, and then we also made some purchases for our daughter. She had some things that she needed for daycare. So we've so far spent $108.26 on her. And that includes 1 day of daycare as well as the supplies that we needed. So that is our updated budget so far this month, with my husband's and my first paycheck and all of the bills that we've had to pay so far. If you like my budget spreadsheet, I've linked it in the description. It's absolutely free for you to download from Google Sheets. Let me know in the comments how your April is going. And if you're interested in following along with my family's journey, please hit subscribe. I would love to have your support. Thank you for being here.